going on, everybody? Welcome into the Rockstarflipper YouTube channel. Today is Friday. It's August 17th, 2018. And after the live show last night, I got a lot of questions about buying and selling, reselling on eBay, broken electronics. Now, this is something that you cannot do on Amazon. Amazon does not allow this. You will get in trouble. So make sure that you do it on eBay and that you are doing no returns and choosing 4 parts not working. So is this a profitable market? Absolutely. There's a ton of broken electronics all over the place. Think about how many broken tablets, broken phones, broken GPSs, broken cameras, lenses, you name it. People have it laying in drawers. In most cases, they're just collecting dust. They have been for some time. And you can get a really good deal because somebody will sell it just to get a few bucks cash and get rid of it. There are also businesses like pawn shops that when they buy something and they made a mistake, maybe they didn't test it correctly, maybe they dropped it while they were transporting it in the store, or an employee dropped it. They just want to get it off their books, get it out of their accounting, and get some cash for it. So they will buy it from you, or I'm sorry, sell it to you for a reasonable price where you can buy it and flip it. You can also, of course, use websites like Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, the yard sale groups, OfferUp, and Let Go to put advertisements out, sort of like we discussed in my last video about looking for merchandise. Instead of saying I buy clothes or I buy electronics, you can put I buy broken electronics, broken items. Your email box will fill up as fast, if not faster, than normal listings. Trust me, people have these electronics and they just want the money, and when they find somebody paying cash, they're all over it. Don't put your phone number out. Believe me, your phone will blow up. Just put your email address. So this is a really great market, and you have to know a few things. One, it's not for new sellers because there's a little bit of risk involved with selling broken items, of course. Also, it requires a lot of research. You have to look up the prices of the items broken. You have to look up what they're worth on the used market, so you have an idea of like kind of what people will pay broken. You also have to look at the specific damage. So a broken LCD tablet that's worth $200 normally might be worth $100 with a broken LCD. But if it's a bad motherboard, which is worse, it might only be worth $50. So it's not good enough to just look at, 4 parts broken category. You also have to look for the specific damage. So you'll be typing in, iPad Air bad LCD versus iPad Air bad motherboard. And if you can't find the specific damage, you'll have to scroll through and see if anyone else listed it with like the wording differently, or maybe there are none, and you'll have to just go off of, this damage is not as major as something else that was selling for 100, so maybe I can get 120 for this, or it is more, serious and I'm only gonna get 50 or 60. So it takes a little bit of common sense and a little bit of thinking when you're looking these items up to figure out what a broken item is worth. Again, I don't recommend it for new sellers. So we're gonna go over to my computer. I'm gonna show you some examples of some of these broken items so that you see just how much money some of these can be worth, and hopefully you can go out and make some listings and buy some of this stuff. Start slowly, don't dump a ton of money into this, just buy a few, get some experience, and then let me know. Also, if you've done this before or you're currently doing this, leave it down in the comment section with your experience and how well you've done, kind of stuff that you flipped, any kind of information you wanna leave and comments you wanna make down below, that's where you'll do it. And in the meantime, I'm gonna go over to my computer and show you this stuff. Also, if you guys haven't left me your email address, please use the description box to go to my website, leave the email address. Just type in your email under the Join VIP email list and hit the capture button to approve that you're not a robot. It may or may not give you a confirmation. If it doesn't, don't worry, it's still coming in. I double checked all the emails, you're good to go. And that will update you on all the latest videos and news, discounts, merchandise, everything that goes through there. So I really appreciate that. Let's go over to my screen and I'll show you some of these broken items. Okay, so here's my eBay screen, and just like I told you, I just looked up iPad Air broken. It came up with 54 grouped results and 198 buying options that are currently for sale broken. Now you could change the search to like bad LCD, cracked. You could do a lot of different searches, but I just did broken as like a general search for you guys to see. Now with eBay's new catalog results, it's a little bit different than it used to be, but you can see this first one is an iPad Air 2, 16 gig, Wi-Fi cellular T-Mobile. Again, be careful with the cellular ones. This second one is an iPad first gen, 16 gig Wi-Fi only. So let's look at this one. They show the brand news, the pre-owns, the refurbs, all that stuff over here. Here's one that's parts only, space gray, best offer, free shipping, of course, and it's $116. As we scroll down, we see 120. We see an iPad Air 2 up at 200 that's broken. parts only. Now this one's pre-owned. I don't know why that one's showing up, but again, parts only. Here's an iPad first gen 32 gig space gray that's at $65, so it must have a lot of damage. Again, these are stock photos because it's now the eBay catalog, and you guys can see that this is showing actives. Now, of course, you're gonna have to search for the ones that are correct. Then you're gonna have to do a search for the solds and see what they're actually selling for and which exact damage they have. But you can see stuff is worth a lot of money. Imagine picking stuff up for $20, $30 because somebody thinks, oh, it's just my old broken iPad, and you relist it for $99 and it sells. Think about those margins. Now, it takes a lot of research, a lot of work. It's not as easy as I make it sound, but if you want to do it and you can do it effectively, you can make a lot of money. Almost, I would say 33%, a third of my business when I was doing electronics selling, and this is $15,000, $20,000 a month, was probably broken. We sold a lot of broken merchandise. And there's nothing wrong with selling broken. Our returns were no more than usual because people buying broken items, as long as they're halfway decently intelligent, know what they're buying. They're using it to either fix it and then, you know, resell it, or fix it and use it, or possibly just to buy it to get the good parts. Like, you might have a cracked screen, but they need the Wi-Fi and the buttons and the volume and all that, so they don't care about the screen. Or maybe your volume and your speakers and microphone went out, but they just need the screen, so they'll buy it from you just to get the screen and the LCD and the parts out of it. The only real scammers you're going to get out of this, there's two. The repair guys typically won't be scammers. Some people are worried about them taking the parts and then sending it back. That can happen, but a lot of the repair guys that are good buyers on eBay want that relationship because they're hoping they can buy future stuff off of you, because they're always on eBay looking for parts and broken items. So they're typically not going to try to scam you out of a part, like, you know, buy your broken item and take the good Wi-Fi connector out of it and then send it back and say, hey, you said this was cracked, but it turns out it was cracked and bad Wi-Fi, so here you go. That typically won't happen. Usually it's just the one-off buyers who will try to do that, buy a broken piece and take a part out of it and send it back. And that's why we don't offer returns, which helps you fight it with eBay. And most times you'll win. I very, very rarely had anyone ever try that. Again, 1 out of 1,000, nothing too much to worry about. If you buy your first item and it happens, it's just bad luck. But that's it. That's the story of buying broken electronics. You know, again, GoPros, iPads, tablets, phones, cameras, lenses, pretty much anything that you can think of that's electronic and worth money is worth just as much money broken. Drones, TVs, PlayStations, video game systems, DVD, VHS combos, anything and everything. Modems, routers, the whole shebang. A lot of you know Drive Time with Dave. He makes his living off of buying broken electronics and reselling them after he's fixed them, or just flipping them straight away. That's most of his business. And again, he's multi-millions of dollars a year. So keep that in mind. He does a ton of broken merchandise that he fixes. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching. And that is Broken Electronics on eBay 101. Okay, so that is some of the broken items that you should be looking for. There's a ton of them, you know, lenses, GPSs, cameras, point and shoots, tablets, phones. Be very careful on anything with service provider, like a phone or a 4G, 5G, whatever tablet. If it's Wi-Fi only, you're good. Otherwise, just be careful with the, you know, the ESNs and the serial numbers. That's a whole nother matter for a whole nother video, but just be cautious with those, you know, making sure they're not blacklisted and whatnot. But there's a ton of things you can buy electronic-wise that are broken. You know, even TVs sell if you want to ship them. DVD player, VCR combos sell, even broken. Anything you can think of, look it up broken and see what the pricing is. You have to do the research. That's something I can't do for you, but it's worth money. If it's electronic, it's new age, it's tech, even broken, it's worth something. So, you know, look it up. Even sometimes you can buy it broken and reflip it, or if you're a repair person, maybe you're handy and you want to DIY and fix it yourself. But again, that's high risk. I wouldn't recommend that for almost anybody. So I appreciate you guys watching. As always, if you want to join the VIP group and learn more, we share some of these tips along with store reviews and one-on-one help inside the VIP group. I can give you special pricing on a year or 6 months, or if you just want to do month to month, that's fine as well. Email me, rockstarflipper@gmail.com, or leave me a message and I will get back to you as quickly as possible. Enjoy your weekend, everybody. You'll see me again tomorrow on Saturday and Sunday as always. And until then, see you guys later.